Hello, gents, ladies, and other pals. In today's video, we are going to be playing Legendary Conquest of by far my best team, Fire Team, and my favorite team. Right, so we are going to be using Mina, Narae, and we're going to
Do
do
you
something
have
a little
something to
bit
say?
differently. We are going to be using Angel first, and then Flare.
Mission start.
Alright, and then I'll provide my commentary on that, and as it goes on.
What's
Again,
our
just
plan for
doing the
today?
commentary just because it's a lot easier for me. I want to focus to get good scores, but also talk to you guys, talk to you all, and give my thought process. But anyways, go over the team real quick. We have Mina. These are her skills. Again, you want to prioritize maxing her basic attack, special skill, her artifact, her equipment. I have her at A4. Just quickly, if you guys want to go over that. Again, the character is really strong, very strong, but what's stopping you from getting the best score is awakening. That's just unfortunate. That's how it is.
Ooh, I
We
like
have
that
El
cute
Dorado,
one over
Scar,
there.
Ice Fist Dude. I will go into more depth later. I'll show it why I go El Dorado instead of Duoxini or whatever later on. But that's
What's
Mina.
our-
We have Nare. This is her skills, her equipment, her artifact, all that. We have her at A2.
You better not pick something.
These are her monsterlings.
Give me
Again,
a good
Fiend,
one.
Gogak, Amon. All just lowering defense, giving crit rate, all that. Fiend is just there for his super armor and elemental weakness damage when he comes in. And Flare and Angel will have the exact same equipment, so keep that in mind. What you see on Flare is going to be the exact things on Angel.
Ignition.
These is Flare's skills. These are Angel's skills, right? And going through the equipment, this is her artifact. We're going to be using the artifact of Angel. Again, giving her more attack, just go damage, of course, go damage, right? We have her at A0. We have Angel at A4.
Let me get into the mood.
I suppose I'll
And
try
these are
it
the
out.
monsters I'm going to
You
be using on
insist.
Flare. Duoxini, Ice Fist Dude, and Swamp Udon is just there because I really do not have a third.
Ignition start.
Alright, that is the team that we're going to be running. First, we're going to be running in with Mina, Narae, and Angel. So, without further ado, let's get into the battles. Alright, so we are in Legendary Conquest, and the game plan is first is just do Mina, get the wanted passive from Angel, go into Angel, switch out to Mina to get that fire damage boost for Mina, and it's just letting Mina do all the work, right? Trying to see if I can cycle in the wanted passive here and there, but it's pretty tough to do. As again, trying to manage Mina's ult and managing the wanted coming up and all of that, it can get a little tough. Again, get wanted passive up, Angel, her skill, ult. Same rotation, same idea. I just want to cycle in as much damage as I can. And you can see, like, Mina does so much damage. And of course it's because she's at, like, A4 does make a difference, but I do think is just my Mons and
Look at me. Do you see how strong
obviously
I
Narae.
am?
Alright.
To meet your maker.
You could
Your
go.
fate ends here.
You can say that for any like DPS character. You could just go Narae and Francis to get the best score, but to get a ranking in Legendary Conquest, you have to use different characters each time, which I like. I like that. I like how I like using the same cycle of supports. You know what I'm talking about. Francis, Narae, Yenwa. Francis, Narae, Yenwa. Narae, Francis, Yenwa. Yenwa, Francis, Narae. Yenwa, Narae, Francis. Like that same cycle of universal supports is like sometimes you just get a little tired of using like those same cycles like dual on one team, right? But
Nice try.
I've tested a lot of teams. Like that's why I'm also doing Flare,
Feel the spirit
because
rise.
I did like enjoying Flare, and I thought,
If Mina can can do it.
these characters are all pretty good. I don't really have like a rant for these characters, so I'll just put in Mina and
Fate
Flare.
ends here.
And you can see with El Dorado, the value there, right?
I won't back down.
Usually, sometimes, if the stagger gauge is full or close to full, and I ult with Mina,
Won't back down.
if I had El Dorado on Angel, I'd have to switch into Angel to proc El Dorado. But the problem with that,
Eyes on the
I think we're gonna see it right here. Yeah,
the
right.
call of fate.
We see it right here. I ulted when the stagger gauge is legit just about a break,
Bless
and now I'm into Mina. And if El Dorado was on Angel, I wouldn't be able to really utilize Mina's full damage, because I'd have to switch out and switch back in.
Don't come any closer.
So that's why I put El Dorado on Mina, just so I can lower the amount of time that happens.
Here.
And you know, I switch out to the other characters to just cycle the damage.
Nice try.
You see how much damage I'm able to do here.
I won't.
Unfortunately, it is tied to Awakening at a certain point. It gets to a certain point where it doesn't matter if you have the best traits, you know, the best mons. Awakening will always be like the showstopper, which is annoying. I wish there was a mode. Dimensional Rift.
Call of fate.
I think Dimensional Rift should purely be just skill and not really
Nice try.
who has the most awakenings. Let's be real. A pleb like me that is free to play. I don't want to say free to play. I want to say casual.
I can do it
A
too.
casual player like me, I'm not gonna get Dimensional Rift 50 like that. I'm just not.
Your
I'm just
fate
not.
ends here.
So we're approaching level 21 now. 45 seconds, right?
I won't back
We are at 900,000 score.
down. Nice
Again,
try.
like Mina is strong. This team is strong. I did like using this team, contrary to like my tone, but I did enjoy using this team. Right? Like Mina is a pretty fun character, even if she can get redundant. But I feel like that was not the character Mina itself, but the team setup that I was running her on. Narae, Francis, or like before Francis, Yenwa, and running that same team comp was kind of what made Mina feel like a kind of, I miss my ult here, kind of like boring character per se.
Your fate.
This is me just trying to squeeze out as much damage as I can.
Nice try.
And we're left with 951. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, and I do like experimenting with teams and just finding out different teams. This team with Flare is kind of the same idea, with Narae going with Flare, and if you have Flare at A2, she's a better partner than Angel. And the reason I say that is because Flare, not only can she does more damage for special skill, her tag out skill, her dragon. Alright. And the fire damage boost is just more consistent. Right, it's just more consistent. All you gotta do is switch into Flare and switch out to get the fire boost, because pretty much if you use your special skill Flare, you're gonna get the fire damage boost to boost up your team. Right? So it's simply just a more consistent way of proccing out that damage boost, which is why I feel like Flare A2 is obviously just a better character to go than Angel at A4.
I can do it. I can do it too. My turn to shine. Fly, dragon.
Fly Dragon! I got a new appreciation for Flare, because I don't really play Flare, or I haven't really played Flare like that. But look at the flaming sky on top. like mixed with like the legendary conquest, like the whole feel of Rich and Nula. It's so cool, man. That's so cool. All right, and we're just playing this out, doing this, going through the motions real quick, and going back to what I was talking about earlier about team composition in this game. And, you know, a lot of characters that I've just been playing purely as, just juicing them up with max supports. That playstyle as a whole was what really made me, like, not like using a lot of characters, like Liho. Liho. Who else is another character? Flare. Fire. Penny. Like they're just like there's like a lot of characters where it's like they feel pretty boring just playing them like by themselves with just like juicing them up with supports. Whereas just playing them on an actual team composition. Again, playing these characters are fun. Playing this team is fun. Just seeing the dragons go, I don't know, it's really cool. You can see it in our damage too. We're doing a lot of damage. Alright, here comes El Dorado. Think our dragons come out. Boom. Like, Flare by all means is not a bad character. To me, I don't think there is a truly bad character. I mean, Sun Goon is underwhelming, but I feel like Sun Goon has a chance to shine. But yeah, overall, I really did enjoy using this team. I do love Fire Team, obviously. The Fire Team is my favorite team to use, strictly because of Verna, really. But a lot of cool characters and their personalities are pretty fun. Again, we are rank 20 and 1 minute left. Disperse the boss. Again, we are just cycling in the support. I switch out here just to get my Flare ult in. And a special skill. Here we can get Mina's ult off. Right, and Flare's ult does reduce defenses by 5%. Which might not seem like a lot, but any defense shredding is still good defense shredding, right? Like, beggars cannot be choosers. I'm trying to wait until I can burst the boss before I ult. You can see right here. I really hate Narae's evasive counter. She uppercuts and it stuns you in that animation. I hate it so much. It's annoying. Cool, yes, cool, but it really screws me over a lot. And again, we're coming towards the end, 5 seconds. And yeah, that was the team, that was the gameplay. Me talking over, and I hope you enjoyed.